Stepping outside of my parents' house, I entered the same patch of land that I have seen for over 2 decades. It might not look special, but it's where my childhood took place. Of course, as with myself and as with us all, over time it has changed. These tiny trees I once held as saplings in the palm of my hand now reach up tall towards the sky. This barn used to have an outhouse attached that has now crumbled and collapsed. You used to be able to go inside and see all the old bags and machinery. Now they're just left outside to decay. I wonder if that'll happen to our house one day. Looking at this barn and the silo behind it, I can't help but think of the life this place has seen, the life that it's helped sustain when it was a working farm. The stone wall that used to stretch in front of the barn is now partially demolished, and that's the work of my father. He decided against it halfway through, and now it sits partially built. I wonder if people years from now will even know that it once stood completed. This overgrown and empty field used to be home to row upon row of corn. The forest beyond once held hidden trails and is now so sparse you can see the buildings through the trees. A large tree once stood here, overshading the pool. It started to rot and we had to cut it down, and now you can't even see the remains of the stump. In front of it were fossilized rocks that have survived millions of years, only to be covered over with grass in our backyard. I spent hours of my time looking at the same trilobite. This tree made me realize that maybe I'm thinking too much about what was and not enough about what could be. Maybe one day someone else will live here. Maybe someone will play with this basketball hoop again. It's hard to imagine places and not us existing in them. This well I used to be terrified of, and now I can sit on it and dream about my future and think about my past, and it's interesting how life is that way. Sometimes we get so caught up in the passage of time that we forget that all the past is just the future waiting to happen. Not everything here is different, though. I still think this tree is the most beautiful. The swing set is still bent from the time there used to be a slide there. I feel a connection to this place, the outside of my childhood home, because this is where I found my imagination. I found my voice. I found myself here. There's a freedom outside in nature where you're just one with everything. As much as things change and stay the same, there are still surprises. Things you've never seen before in a place you've seen for years. I love all those little things in life, the perfect timing of an unplanned moment. This place makes me feel safe, and there's a magic here. This is home.